How's it going today, everybody? In today's video, we're going to be going over the trade that I took on CMCT. Alright, let's jump right into it. Alright, first of all, let's go over my watch list that I built for this morning. Looking at CMCT, the time of my watch list being built was up 98% on the day, and we were looking to trade a gap and crap pattern. I was only able to locate 200 shares. I got 100 shares for $11.40, and then another 100 shares for another $11.40, so like $22.80 in locate fees. Initially I wanted to get 300, and the fees were $15 per 100 share lot, so it would have been $45 to locate those 300. And then later on in the day, I actually saw, I'll put it up on screen, but I saw locates above $30 for 100 shares. Alright, so the plan was to wait 5 to 10 minutes for the pattern to form, or longer, using HoD as risk. The news on the day was a sale of lending division. This was a real estate company, so their lending division, they were selling to another company for roughly $44 million in proceeds, 789,000 shares, with a volume of 25 million at the time of making my watch list, and float rotation at that time of around 30x. Market cap stood at 4 million, and we could see the market cap is now 7.4 million, it looks like. Yep. So that was the plan for today, but I did notice that the stock was up pretty big. Let's jump back over to some pre-market. Let's look at pre-market over here. Sorry if you can hear my cat, she's going a little crazy right now. I tried to locate the shares in around this time period, 8:40 to 9 o'clock area, as we were down to the 840s and then grinding back up to the $9, $10 area. I didn't know if the stock was going to explode right out of the gate and try and test pre-market highs, or if it was going to, you know, just kind of collapse right away. So what I was looking to do was just take a 20 share starting position, risking $3 a share, because my risk profile per trade is $60. So $3 a share, 20 shares, that would have been a $60 loss. And we can jump over to the trading view tab. Big old ad in the way. And you can see, let's do the 1 minute chart. Be a better representation of what happened. Alright, so I did take 20 shares at a price of $9.27 at 9:30 a.m. And then I added 10 more shares, and then I was willing to risk only $2 a share at that point because I had 30 shares. $2 a share would have been a $6 loss. And then I figured that the play was actually going to be good to go, so I added 20 more on. And then I added 10 more on with an average price of around $9.30. And I was risking $1 a share because at that moment I had 60 total shares. 10, 10, 30, 50. Let's do that math again. 20, 30, 40. Okay, 50, 60. Yep, so I had 60 right there. And then I added 15 more on at 954 just because we were creeping up into the 950s again. High a day at the time was around, here, I can show you better over here. Look up here for the high a day. High a day was 973. And then we tested it right here at 973 again at 9:34 a.m. And that's when I grabbed 15 more shares at 954 when we were testing around this price range. I was actually trying to get 25 more on top of that because this put me at 75 shares. I was trying to have 100 shares with around a 940 average. And then I could have risked off high a day, which we just established was 973, so that would have been roughly 35 cent per share risk with 100 shares, so I would have been risking like $35. So I definitely had room to add more size on which is what I did right here. I added 10 shares at $8.59 and 15 shares at $8.60, and that was at 9:37 a.m. So that brought me to 100 shares total, and then I grabbed 100 more at $8.76, 9:41 a.m. And then at this point, I moved my risk down once we cracked down below low a day, which at that point was 8:33 up here. Once we broke down at 8:42 a.m., I moved my risk down to this area right here where the low was 8.97 and the high was $9. So that $9 range is where I then moved my risk profile down for that trade. I don't know if I did it right at that point, but you guys will see later in the video. I'm going to throw the live trade at the end of this video. I then grabbed 75 more shares at $8.15 at 10:02 p.m. as we were in this channel right here. We were unable to break above. Here, let's scooch over on this chart. Boop, boop, boop. We were unable to break below this low right here was at 8.33, and this high right here was at 8.28. So I had my eye on the $8.30 range, and if we could stay below that, I was looking for a low a day break. Low a day at the time was 7.57. We broke it shortly down to 7.41. My exit right here at 7.35, that's my profit target on this chart, and excuse me, 7.35 would have been 3-1 off of my initial entry point right here, risking off high a day. So that would have been a 3-1 trade off of this initial entry, and the 675 would have been 4-1. So I was still trying to hit the 3-1 at 7.35, which would have been if this low a day at 10:04 a.m. The low a day was 7.41 at that point. If that would have broke, then I was confident that my 7.35 order would have hit. So at 10:02 we added 75 shares, like I said, making the position size 200 shares. And then we just held on to them and let the play do its thing. I had taken out 50 shares at $7.85 just in case we weren't going to break low a day again down at the 740s. I was struggling to break really below the 770 area after this 740 low was set, so I didn't know if we were starting to rebound. I was paying attention to the MACD, and right around here you could see the MACD is looking like we could possibly shoot upward. We'll go to the 3-minute chart. MACD had recently just converged there, so I was still convicted. I didn't want to get out of my position entirely, so I just wanted to get out 50 shares just in case to save some skin. I then had 100 share buy order set at 7.37, and that got executed while I was out of the room at the time, and that was at 10:22 a.m. And then I executed 25 shares at $7.64 at 10:29, just because I wanted to lock in some gains. It seemed like low a day was in and we were going to rebound back up. And then I got out the final of my position at $7.76 at 10:31 a.m. for a total profit on the trade of $230.80. And it looked like my execution was that 7:30, what was it, 7:37? That 7:37 execution at 10:22 was the best execution possible on this trade, because low a day was, let's see right here, low a day 7.36, and I got out at 7.37, so I was only 1 cent above low a day. So I got pretty lucky right there that my order even got executed at the 3-1 profit target. I'm pretty confident, or not confident, pretty happy with the way the trade went, and the patience that I had in it to see it through. So that's a positive thing to take away from this. Maybe I should have had my entire position get out at 3 to 1 instead of letting more of it ride up into the 760s and 770s. Left a little bit on the table there. So maybe that's something we could do. Get out an initial piece for safety and then finish off all of it at the profit target just so we lock in maximum gains. That's going to do it for today's video though, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like on the video, comment down below if you learned anything new, and subscribe to the channel for more daily live trades, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and nightly recaps if we take any trades those days. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. Take care.
Alright, good morning everybody. This is what I'm looking at today, CMCT. At the time I made my watch list, the price was $9.95. I was doing it right around here, and that was 98% of the day. It got up to like over 110%. I'm going to put 20 shares in right at market open as a starter position in case this collapses right away. At least I get some in near high day, and then we're going to wait 5 to 10 minutes for the pattern to form for the rest of the 180 shares. I only have 200 located right here. They sold, or there's a sale of a lending division in the works, potentially 44 million. I'm going to get like 790,000 shares, 25 million volume at the time my watch list made. It's 27 now. 30 X float rotation then. We got 4 million market cap, and it's a real estate stock. So that's quickly what we're looking at. Let's move this down so I can actually see the timer. I can't see the time on this one. Must need to be pulled down a little bit more. Oh no, it's over there to the right side. I was looking over here. Sorry. Alright, that's just me getting a little confused. Alright, so we're going to put 20 shares in 954. That's a little bit. And I'm giving 20 shares $3 of room. Alright, 927 is where I'm in, so if I need to stop out those shares, I'll get out at 1227. That'll be a $60 loss, and then that's where I will stop out those shares. $3 a share for 20 shares with my $60 risk, so that's what I'm going with. Let's see, let's move this in a little bit. Broke down on MACD right here. 5-minute chart still needs to develop, and so does this 1-minute chart on Thinkorswim. So far, 973 is high a day. I'm going to send 10 more in just so I get in case this busts down pretty quick. So I'll only have 30 shares, and I'll be risking off of $2 a share off my average now. Yeah, I just want to get some more shares in case it busts down so I don't get a good enough entry point. Because, let's see, no, that's not what I want at all. Let's say, yeah, so I'd be able to get 100 shares, so I'm risking roughly $1 a share. I don't even gotta do the math. So ideally, I can get in like the $9, 930s, like if we bounce back up for the rest of the shares. I'll put, did I do this ad? Big ad too, get off my face. I'll put 20 in so that way I'm 50 shares in. Get out of here. Send me all these noises. Sell 20 at 921, so that way my average is a 927. We'll do that quick math real quick. 9.73 minus 9.27 times 50, so we're risking 23 bucks. So we could 0.46 divided by 60. 60 divided by 0.46. So I get roughly 130 shares at my average price. 934, I waited too long. Oh! Okay, so limit average is 928, so I guess 1028 would be stop price for my 60 shares. Probably was the best opportunity right there to get a good share price. I don't know why I'm stop messing with that. Okay, 74.6. Alright, so we're at 934. No, stop. Definitely one market order. Minus 9.73. No. Minus 9.34. Times 75. 30% risk. Oh, yeah, I could double down real quick. If we can bounce up, I don't know if we'd be able to. I may just have to roll with the shares that I got now. I'm glad that I didn't. Well, no, I'm not glad, but I didn't grab as many shares right away. Like I didn't go all 200 right in here because I didn't want to get stopped out and be caught risking more than the $60. That's my risk profile per trade as the current state of my account's capital. So we'll add like 15, like 8.6. I missed that one too. Well, if I don't get filled, I don't get filled. If we just continue to go down, that's gonna be good. I'll just have to hold my shares for a longer period of time. It's no big deal. 921 now, 90 shares. We'll just go full 100 on it. 915, risking 973. 58. Okay, so that's gonna be my stop area. These damn ads, get out of here. Alright, so what's low day? Low day is 833. Alright, so I'm risking 60 cents a share off 915, so let's do that math too. 0.6 times 3 minus 9.15, 735. 675. So there's my profits target, 3 to 1, 4 to 1. Alright, so our risk profile is defined. I wish I would have got those 25 off at 950 like I wanted to. I was just a little bit too slow with it. We had a lot better average. Sorry. Our initial shares, let's see where we got our shares at. 927, not bad. 940, pretty good. 921, alright. 34, not bad. 54, pretty good. And then 860 just to add them all back. If we bounce up into the 920s and stay below VWAP, I will add another 100 on. Say 9.15-ish for the sell, and we'll put something like that here. That'll be pink, no. I don't like that it's pink, let's do like white or something, so it's easier to see. And the back D is about to fold over, it looks like. I was trying to get right there at 880. Alright, I got 25 in at 875. Now we're just waiting for it to break down. Yo, it'd be dope if it halted and down a couple dollars a share. I'm going to take 100 shares off at 735 if we can drop another $1 share, and then I'm going to hold the other 25 for the remainder of the trading session. Got some coffee, some water. Then we got the elk. 3 milligram this time. I'm going to drop fruit. Shout out elk, Tucker Carlson. Low days, 8 time. Let's see if we bust low. If we bust low, I feel like we're going to try down even more. Yeah, there we go. And it cost me 11. It was 0.1140 for the locate price per share. So for the 100 shares, it cost $11.40 for that batch of 100. And I got 2 of them. I initially wanted 300 shares, and when I tried to locate initially, it was $15 per batch, so it was maybe $45. I finally got it down to 11. I waited a little bit, so I grabbed it there. I tried to get 100 more to make it at my 300 total like I wanted originally, and it was back to 15. Then I saw all the way up to $33 for a batch of 100. So low day 75. If we can get all the way up into like the 850s, 860s, and stay nowhere near the $9 area, I will add 75 more shares on. And I'll be risking off of like the 910 area, this area right here. Boom. But if we continue breaking down, that's good. Let's check see if anybody watching. We got a chat going on. Ooh, let's go 760. Okay, 735. Let's exit 100. We'll just keep it there. 735. If it hits it, it hits it. If not, we gotta cancel it. We gotta cancel it. And then we'll just put this up. I don't even care. I'll have time to just price by that. We'll just. Whoa. Low day 757. MACD broke down like 5 minutes ago. Let's check a 3-minute chart. Oh, 3-minute chart's like sexy. No need to get out of this stock. We'll get out half the position. Just I like the way the chart's looking. I don't want to exit all of it too early and miss out on potential gain. Looks like it's 830 areas from low right here 833, high right here 827, so the 830 zone looks like a nice stop area. That's just what I roll with visually, mentally. Not saying that's where I'm going to stop out my position, but I'm looking at that level to see if we bust through that 830 zone and we make it up to 860s, okay, then it might be turning around. Or it could just be bouncing up to these highs. So I just have to be paying a lot more attention to the price action if we bust above 830. And if we stay below this $9 area, it still might give room to add those other 75 shares on. But then again, just gotta make sure that 830 doesn't turn into a support level if I'm adding on those shares. So just gotta be a little bit more cautious and time things a little bit better if that 830 zone breaks. The high day is still we're gonna be risking off of. I'll just move this down. Even though that's not my stop, that's just a key zone from prior on the daily chart. But I kind of held up the key zone, held up during morning hours, the morning minutes, I should say. 3-minute chart, MACD might be rolling over slightly. 5-minute chart, so that's a ways to go. Oh, we got some heat action coming on in the bedroom. Oh yeah, open that back because I'm a little chilly. Gonna do a quick intermission. Alrighty, here we go. Hope my microphone is gonna do this whole time. Dumbass. Yeah, I realized. Okay. That's nice, nice. Just want to verify something again. Alright, we're all set. I just gotta check something out real quick on the back end. Hey, but 830 can hold up this resistance level and slam back down just like this $9 area did right here. Rejected and then hit that hard slam candle right there. So that's another reason why we're looking out for the 830. Let's adjust that so that we don't see it on my forehead. But. Ooh, a little bit sleepy today. Left work early last night around 1 o'clock, primarily so I could come home and do some stock trading. And work's just bogging me down lately. Just getting annoyed with it. That's all. We have the week of Christmas off because we're a little bit slow with the plans. They're just going to shut down for the Christmas. I don't get paid for it, but it's going to be nice to just have the time off with the family. You know, I work 3 days a week. 4 if I work in overtime and stuff. So putting in 38 hours or 3 13-hour shifts. So that's 39 hours. Plus an hour of travel there and back. So that's 15 hours a day at work. 45 hours back to back to back. You know, those 3 days. It's just a little bit getting me a little bit, just some rest. Although I will be working overtime if I get called in Friday just because it's the holiday season and, you know. Oh, we crossed the MACD on the 1 minute chart going in the positive direction for a long trade. So looking decent on this one. Yeah, it's up here. Alright, let's go. Lower day still 757. Let's try and get lower, tick lower. Oh. Oh. That's a key area to watch. I'm gonna bring that down to around my position price, so my stop loss is gonna be near break even now. Because if we're down 780, if it ramps all the way up to like $9 a share, then I'm just gonna assume the play's dead. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. And if the play works against me, I do have 3-day trades available, so if I can get back into it, and potentially I will. Especially if I'm gonna work overtime Friday, that'd put all of the 3 of them to use these next 2 days. So wouldn't be a big deal there. But if I don't have overtime Friday, then I'd be, you know, wishing I didn't make that second trade. So it's kind of a gamble. That second trade, whether or not I'd have overtime or not, it can be put to good use. I've got a notification from my lady. Need a coffee. Okay, let's go. Let's break lower day. Let's go. I still got my buy limit in 735. It'd be nice if I got filled. Take out roughly half my position. I'm not trying to sell 62 shares, so we'll just cut 65 of them, so I'm only sitting at 60. So basically half my position. Oh, back to the 790s. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Rip the camera. All right, let's see. Can we get some low day break? 757. Let's see. Lowest we got there was 760. Alright, so the 815 area, 810 area might be a area of concern now too. We just hit that 810, 815. See how it reacts to that level. Alright, so it looks like that level kind of rejected, which would be ideal for this scenario. It would have been nice to maybe get my 75 shares in at that point. Then I could have brought my entire risk down to 830, especially if low up day breaks here. If I got those extra 75 in, the 830, it might have even been close to my position average at that point. Probably average probably a little bit higher than 730, but or 830. How's everybody doing today? What are you guys trading? Drop it in the chat. Fight around this $8 range. So the shorts win. Ah, 825's busted. Well, might have been a little bit too slow with it, but if that's the case, then ain't that big of a deal. So it looks like the MACD's finally gonna roll over if we can get a little bit lower of some price drop. Alright, so 873 executed. We are full size. 840 is gonna be the stop. I'm just gonna have that ready in case shit gets a little hectic. That'll still result in a profit on the trade, I believe. Slightly, probably. Especially with all those initial shorts in the 9s. But if I do have to get stopped at 840 and we show a better play, I'd probably use my second trade at that point. like to see some nice low day break action though. That'd be pretty significant. Or getting into the 780s. There we go. That might draw some more downward momentum. Damn, really bounced right back up. $125 we're gonna do at 7.37 by 125 send order, and then we're gonna sit at 8.43 with 200. So that way, if it does start ramping back up, we'll just cut the position. We'll have to get rid of this first, but we broke low day. We bounced right back up. I didn't like that. One minute chart still intact with the MACD. So is the 5 minute. We're gonna keep watching the 3 minute. So by spread to 788 to 797 G's. 8-cent spread, G's. I really gotta use the bathroom. I was hoping I could exit my position right there, then I could put like a stop loss in. Went to the bathroom, but as soon as we hit the 740s, it rebounded instantly. Okay, we crossed the MACD on the 3 minute chart. Oh. Yeah, I don't like the way this price action is working now. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's go below $8. I'd like to see it back in the 780s. If we drop into the 780s, I'll take 50 off. Let's see. Ooh. Oh. I want to see some low day break. All right, let's at least stay in the 790s. Let's stay below $8. I do get one set at 785, 50 shares. Let's see if I can get executed right here. I see it going through on level 2. Okay, so we did get executed. So then what I'll do is for the other, I'll do 100 at 737, because that's right below low day. Low day is at 741. So If load day breaks, my execution will probably get hit, and then I'll do 50 at 710. If the 770 is bust below, then I think we got room for more downward action. Just at least stay below $8 at this point. Now let's get into the 760s. Back in the 790s. I'm looking for a 50-cent dump right here. From 787 down to 737. Let's see if we can get it. We got 10. Let's see if we can get 40 more. Alright, I do have to use the bathroom. I am going to go... I don't have a stop loss in, so I have to cancel these buy limits, and then... $8 a share is coming back up. I don't know if I want to leave now. I don't want to have to rush out the toilet to execute a seller or cover my position. $0.11 spread, Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back. The microphone's gonna be muted. I'll disable the camera too. Alright, my stomach did not want to cooperate with me. Seems that I got executed my position. 737, and low day is 736. So I got pretty lucky with that execution that it actually went through. I noticed it as I was coming over to take a look at my profit on the day to see if maybe I should get out of the 50 shares while the price is in the 760s in case it rebounds and continues going upward. So that was the case. We're going to now check the again, just to see what we got on the table here. Alright, so I'm just going to take off 25 shares. And I'll just do that, boom. And then we'll put the rest at 745. Oh, my arms are killing me. Mackey's finally rolling over on the 5-minute chart. Let's check the 3-minute. Still rolled over. The one did rebound right around now when the 770 action's going on. So, yeah, my cover is probably the best one on the 730s. We're just gonna get out of the trade. Alright. I exited the trade. I didn't want to continue going up in the 780s. MACD finally just rolled over on the 5-minute, which may be a sign that the 780 is just gonna be a bounce short opportunity before the low day breaks. But I like the trade that we took on it. I don't want to get back any more of my gains. And my execution near low day was pretty good. And as of right now, it looks like we could be trending upwards. I don't want to see it get back in the $8 share range and then hope, or just wait another half hour for it to come back down to the 750s. So I'll just take what I got now.